Hey guys, my name is Virgil, and this channel is going to be about me coming to Los Angeles to try to act. A little bit about myself. I live in China. I've been here for 3.5 years. I've done tons of TV commercials, or maybe not, maybe like 40 or so, all throughout Asia and like mainland China, Hong Kong, Singapore, but my home base is here in Shanghai. I've done some short film. All throughout China. I also did one short film in New York, but the whole crew was Chinese and they flew me from Shanghai to New York. But anyways, so I have my pursuit of going to LA. I'm actually leaving. This is my home here in Shanghai, and I'll be leaving here in 2 days, and I'm kind of excited. My wife is already there, and okay, bye-bye. That's my maid. Anyways, I've been here for 3.5 years, and you know, when I first came here, my first year, like I didn't have no jobs. Like I went to like auditions here and castings, and I didn't get no job for like 1 year because I was shy in front of the camera. I didn't know anything. I mean, I came here, I didn't know nothing. I was like hustling. I was on like Craigslist in freaking China. Where they really don't even use Craigslist here, but there was some like low-paying jobs and stuff like that. So I just kept pushing for that. For 1 year, I didn't get like no job, and then I was like, hey, maybe I can try to be like a model. There's a lot of models and stuff here, all in China or all in Asia actually. So I went to a lot of modeling agencies, and after visiting like 10 of them, one of them said, hey, we'll give you like 2-month chance. You can go to the castings with them. So I started doing that. And I started watching how all these like models from like Milan and Paris, these professional models, how they pose and how they conduct themselves in front of the camera as well, the video. So I was with them for a while, and finally I landed like a TV commercial. And I mean, from there, it basically things like everything changed for me. Next thing I know, I was flying like everywhere in like China. I've been almost everywhere in China. I shot a lot of commercials. I've done like Mercedes-Benz. I did like Ford. I mean, I shot in Hong Kong many times, Singapore. I did a lot of print work. And so yeah, that's pretty much about me. But I'm heading, and I'm actually from Los Angeles, but I'm a former commodities broker. And I left that industry like 3.5 years ago, or actually like 4 years ago. And because it was during the global economic collapse, and it was freaking stressful, and it was a 9-to-5 job. I was tired of it, so I decided I wanted to pursue acting. And then I started doing some research about like how to get into acting, like in LA and stuff like that. And I did have an acquaintance, not really a friend, acquaintance, but he's like, you don't have no experience, you don't have like a degree in drama, you never done acting, or you don't have a degree in theater, you've never done any theater. So I was like, it's like great, like what is my chance here? I know that there's tons of like starving, aspiring actors in LA. So anyways, my wife came to like China for business, and she was here for a month, and she was just like, hey, why don't you like try to act in China, since you're mixed, I'm half Asian. So I was like, hey, it's a great idea. So that's when I flew over here, and first year, and I have no job. I was about to go back to LA and just work as a commodities broker again. And then, like I said, things like turned around, and then I was like flying everywhere. I was doing all these TV commercials and short films, which is like really cool. And then my pay just like skyrocketed. And then, but anyways, I'm actually going to LA like in 2 days. This is my apartment here. Good old Shanghai. I've been here for 3.5 years, and fine leaving. Got a lot of my stuff already packed. Oh, that's another thing too, guys. If you're in China, if you guys are, I mean, if you're trying to get into acting, like, I mean, every white person I know here, I mean, that are actors, they're all doing pretty well. If you're I mean, the competition is it's not like LA where the competition is fierce. Anywhere in the US, the competition is fierce. But there's like a huge demand here, like in China. I know so many guys that are like, especially white guys that are like 40, 50, 60, even 70 years old. And these guys are acting in like tons of movies, TV commercials. I was like telling my dad, I was like, because my dad's white, like, Dad, man, you can come over here, you can make a pretty good living, and here you don't need a car, the maids here are cheap. I don't clean anything here. It's like she comes like 3 times a week or 2 times a week, 3 hours each time. And I pay her like $100 a month, and I pay her more than like a lot of my friends do as well, because my wife like trusts her and stuff like that. We have money laying around all the time, and she doesn't steal anything. She's good. She helps out all the time. So yeah, but even if you're black or you're like Hispanic, man, there's like so much like opportunity here, like in China. You can like literally come over here, and if you have the right contacts, the first week you're here, you can very well potentially have like a nice like TV commercial, or even in like a movie. And in China, in Shanghai, I mean, the movie industry here is like booming now. I've worked with a lot of directors coming from like all over Europe, France, Germany. I worked with directors from like the US, Canada, Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand. So yeah, I mean, just take that food for thought, especially if you're white, you have a white face. I don't care if you're fat, you're ugly, or I mean, anything. You can get freaking jobs here, and you can build a really, really quick. But the thing is, it's hard to get any of the stuff back. Like all the stuff that I did, I mean, honestly, I've done like a lot of stuff, and I probably only got back maybe like 20 or 30%. A lot of the stuff I never see. Sometimes somebody will like contact me from a different city or different country, and they're like, "Hey, I just saw you on this today TV commercial for so and so," and I'm like, "Man, I've never seen it." And even when I contact like the agent, they'll say, "Oh, we contacted the production house or the director," and they won't reply to the email. It's always like excuses. They're always like, I mean, that's the way it is here, like in China. So, anyways, this channel is going to be about my progress back to LA. I'm gonna see what happens. I've done some research. I'm probably gonna start off doing like background acting. Like I'm probably gonna sign up with Central Casting, and then I looked into agencies like Uncut, Above Casting, Mink Talent Agency. So I'm gonna have to do a lot more research when I get over there, because like I said, I'm leaving like in 2 days. But at the same time, going back to LA is a big change for me. My wife's already there. The reason why we're moving is because I have a kid on the way, and we don't want to have a baby here in like China. We want to go back to the US. And I gotta look for an apartment or buy a home. I gotta buy like 2 cars. So there's a lot on my mind right now, but I need to start like working like as soon as possible. And I definitely don't want to go back to no 9 to 5 day job. But like I said, I know that there's a lot of aspiring actors and actresses, and they're starving, they're pinching pennies in LA. But I'm just gonna make the best of it. I'm just gonna go there and hustle. I don't know anybody over there, so I'm gonna do my own research. I'm gonna do everything myself, just like I did when I came here to in Shanghai. I'm just gonna have to hustle, and just and like I said, my first year here was horrible. I went to a lot of castings and auditions. I was hustling. I was like on Craigslist. I mean, I was doing everything, trying to network. And I wasn't getting like no roles for like anything. I was just like, I've embarrassed myself like so many times. But like I said, after like 1 year, like things started taking off. I started watching how these other people like audition and stuff like that, and how they showed like confidence. And then my mentality like changed and stuff like that. And then I started getting some pretty big roles, and then my income from like the first year, second year, I mean, it basically like tripled. Like doing really, really well here, and I hate to leave, but I got a little Virgil on the way, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Anyways, this channel, like I said, is about me coming back to LA and pursuing acting. So if you guys have like any comments or advice or questions, just put everything in a comment section. Hopefully somebody else can, if they have an answer, they can reply as well. And then yeah, so let the journey begin. It's a new chapter in my life. I'm excited. At first I was like, a few days ago, I was like, I'm getting sad about like leaving. I'm getting nervous, like what am I going to do in LA? But now I'm starting to feel pretty good about it. Just got to keep my hopes up high and just work hard. And if I get any kind of rejection, like I just learned to like brush it off now. It doesn't affect me like whatsoever. So anyways, that's it. And if you guys have questions in regards to like me or like in China, all the questions, everything, just comment below. All right. Hope to make a video soon about my tribulations. I've been watching those going to central casting. You got to like wait outside for like 6 hours. And you know, I mean, I don't know, but whatever. I have to do what I got to do. So that's it. All right. See you guys.